And clap to the master, guys. We're definitely back again for another reaction on this. Yeah, the one and only Mystelics reaction channel, guys. Big up yourself, my people. We are definitely back again. A round of applause goes out to each and every one of you guys who've tuned into yet another reaction video on this year channel right there. And then, guys, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification, man. Click the subscribe button so you can get the notifications as they tend to come through right there. And then, of course, guys, we are definitely with another vibrations. Of course, we bring first Antigua and Barbuda have decided to lift the travel testing requirements for the fully injected individuals out there, and this whole situation doesn't make much sense, but at least it's going away. But what about the unvaxxed individuals? They still have to go and do travel testing, knowing that. And I don't find a lot of these things don't seem to make sense to me, and it seems like there's a reason why this is. We'll get to that in a moment. But knowing that both the travel individuals can actually pass it on, they can get infected, they can pass it on, they can spread it, they can get it, all these things based off a weakened Omicron variant right there, guys. But they're still saying one set of people are getting to have the liberty to not be tested and they can fully come into Antigua, and but the uninjected individuals have to do the same thing, even though they can equally spread it. So you just created a dynamic there that doesn't make much sense, but there's a reason why they're doing this. But let's continue, guys. It further gets worse right there. Antigua and Barbuda drops mask mandates from today. So both the uninjected and injected don't need to wear masks. So you coming into Antigua as an injected person who can also get it and spread the very OMI situation, we'll say it like that. They can get and spread the OMI situation. They don't have to be tested anymore. They can then go into public where they're taking out all mask restrictions, so then they can spread it willy-nilly. I tell you, it doesn't make no sense whatsoever. These people don't make no sense whatsoever. But there's a reason why this is happening right there. Of course, this was in cabinet when they issued the whole thing in this regard right there. And one of the things that they were saying, guys, cabinet maintains that it can achieve 70% of injected individuals or the injected rate in Antigua and Barbuda, since the state is now at 62% injected individuals. It is accepted that the target can be reached by June 30th, the date which the World Health Organization has selected to do what? Provide states with special incentives. With special incentives. This is why they're doing this thing. I'm forcing this thing on people. They're providing special incentives if they meet this injection requirement right there. Somebody actually made a statement. It is accepted that the target can be reached by June 30th, the date which the WHO has selected to provide states with special incentives if they meet this injection requirement. When persons said about 6 months ago that they were being paid to push a certain amount of injections, they said it was what? A theory, a conspiracy, brothers and sisters. They say it's not true and this is made up. But then in cabinet, you see that this is actually the truth. Why? Because the target for June 30th, they stated, which is the deadline for the World WHO to actually give incentives to countries and states and so forth. They said it was not true. And apparently they are just willy-nilly saying this thing right there. So how can we find out these special incentives is a great question right there. What are these special incentives are, and who will benefit from them? We know the governments will definitely benefit because they try to keep this under wraps. The people try, I mean, you can just follow the money, you know. The people who are trying to keep this under wraps while trying to force you to do something that doesn't make any sense, like let the uninjected come in without any testing whatsoever, knowing that the science is that it can actually spread this stuff. Makes no sense whatsoever. Nothing makes sense at all. You cannot tell me you're following the science, because that science doesn't make sense, knowing that the science says that both the injected and the injected, the injected and the injected can both get it and spread it. Now they're taking out masks and this kind of things there, which doesn't make any sense, but you're trying to move in a positive direction, but you're trying to maintain this for the incentive that they're trying to give for you to reach 70%. That is what you're trying to do. Knowing that these things also wanes, but you're just trying to reach a target for you to get incentives. Wicked, you're too wicked. The same thing is happening in Dominica, it seems. But they're saying quite about it, trying to push agendas and push things. We know what Jazz and Creole is coming up. I'm sure that they're going to try their best to say only injected people can get it. There's another, what's her name again? She came on the election thing. Sinash, when the partners blowing the horns and thing. Voodoo in the place. But anyways, Sinash is coming back again. I wonder if they're going to be saying you need to inject it to enter in this kind of events. This tour that she's doing in Dominica. apparently. Now with the RCBI again, so I don't know how they're going to be paying all that. But hey, I guess it's the taxpayers' money that I go to. But anyways, guys, let me continue what they say in this individual. This was a comment from an individual based off what was being stated right there, guys. And of course, but those of you who will say that it's just the country that's benefiting, not just specific people. If you believe that, I have some magic beans to sell. Yes, they have to give them some magic beans like Dragon Ball Z. Give them that green peas, man, for them to get the healing of the mind. Because they're not thinking properly. This whole situation, that doesn't make no sense at all. Remove travel testing for the injected people. Take out masks for everybody in Antigua. So these people can come and spread it. And it's not like the Omicron disappear, everybody else decide they live in it. You understand me? And the wicked people who created it. Anyways, that's a whole other story right there. But anyways, guys, I stated something yesterday and we're going to get back to that. This is what an individual stated on what I actually stated right there. Let's take this out.
Don't forget Mystelics, they important bailiff. Bailiff, they important bailiff.
Let me make, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let me make this thing louder for you guys, man. The important bailiff.
Don't forget Mystelics, they important bailiff.
Yes, the important bailiff.
They important bailiff for $51. I tell you, it won't be the container they buy.
The container must be gold, brother. If you have to pay $50-something for bailiff that you can get on a train, Dominica, you can just go wrong. We go up on a mountain, guys. We did the hiking. For those of you who haven't seen that yet, we did a hiking on Carnival Monday, and we went up in segment 1. And while we were climbing up, you could literally see people picking bush. They just walk up picking bush, and bailiff they pick it, they can make some tea, man. And they're good to go. But you know, we importing, man. We importing.
Bailiff for $51.
And on the basis that the Prime Minister was talking about not importing things that we can actually grow. Importing bay leaf for $51, something you can get on a tree for free, or just walk around Dominica. You must see bay leaf tree and just pick it up and just. But $51 they selling it in this store. Maybe for tourists they selling this thing. Maybe for tourists they importing it into Dominica for them to sell for tourists. It can't be for us. And people in Dominica, if you wicked to go and buy that, you wicked. You're a wicked person. You wicked just like.
I tell you, what be the container they buy?
The container must be gold. No, just not that, no, bro. Not just that. Imagine. Let me help you out, brother. Let me help you out. So we have things like grapefruit and oranges and a number of things like that. True or false? We have these things we can sell in Dominica. We can export them and whatnot. But you know what we're doing? We're importing Tropicana. We importing, Papa. Import steel, brothers, and let's import. Tropicana importing. I remember I was in a survey and whatnot, and they were talking about that very same situation. That was a long time ago. And look, I seen it right there. These things I know in America is like for $6, $5-6 right there. Might extend to probably $11. If all that, I just remember my visual $6.95. I remember seeing the container like this on the shelf, $6.95 right there. Anyways, guys, let's look at the prices now. Let's in Dominica, be all right.
Things nice in Dominica, we boy. Things nice in Dominica.
$104. For juice. Yeah. For something we have, we can make $104. You lie. Satan is a liar and a volley, a sacred thief. Woo! No, sir. That one there, $104. That's for the whole shelf, man. That have to be for the whole shelf. $104 we. Would that have that selling there? Would that have that selling there? Tropicana, tropical. Well, they don't put their name. They don't put their name there, and they have it there. February 11th, 2022. Yes, I. All right then. Okay. 104. What is the other one? Grapefruit that day. Grapefruit. How much for it? $52. So that even competing with the berry that we can get for free. And we have grapefruits and orange and all kind of thing. But we importing grapefruit drink from Tropicana and sell it at $52. Why is just to slap you? Who that doing this wickedness then now? Which store that there, guys? If you know, leave this store in the comment box below. Right there for me, please. Leave this store in the comment box below for me, please.
$52.
I can't believe it's the Dominica Walmart that there. That can't be the Dominica Walmart. Because I know in Walmart they don't sell these things. And you know Walmart not expensive. $52. What kind of inflation that there, boy? But that is inflation on top inflation with that. Ay. Dominica more inflation than Russia. Boy, you did that place now, more inflation than the United States, boy. Boy, look trouble. Well, then I can be importing it from there. Because there I know they'll sell these things in America. We want to become Americanized. When we have the very products in Dominica, we can bottle and make our factory and do things. But though we importing things and want to sell it to the people, the things that we have, we can to sell it to the people for $104 and $52. Huh? And the Prime Minister talking about going into agriculture. You know, well, we'll talk about that in a while, guys. We'll talk. Let me continue right here.
Mystelics.
Is the same partner? Yes, Mystelics family. Talk to us.
Don't see that party is a waste of time.
I tell him it's not that they don't see. They seen it, you know, but they're wicked too. They seen. We cannot say that they're not seen again. It's too evident enough for people to say they cannot see. They are equally as wicked, man. They're wicked like Satan children himself.
And the Dominicans in the diaspora that is come down and vote.
Yeah. But even if that, at the same time, it's still the same Dominicans as vote. Like I said before, if they bring down 20,000 people, and you know, it's 60,000, and it's about 70,000 people that vote in 35, that will then tilt this scale to the 35. Then that means at least 25, 30, 40, 45 to 45 to equate the balance. It have to be 45. So at least from Dominica, it'll have about 20,000 people voting, or 25,000 people voting for the same regime, and they living in the country. So regardless of that, brothers and sisters, it is still the Dominica's fault. So it's not just the overseas people, because people in Dominica also voting and they see this kind of wickedness happening. $104. Well, go and buy it, man. Go and buy it, man. Wicked soldiers in the place.
Them fellas have got no brain, no head, no interest in Dominica.
No, they have all that. We cannot stay people on sea again. It is too evident. I mean, the first election, you decide, okay, give him a chance. Second election, okay, yeah. But third election, come on, man. Fourth election pass. Fifth election, nah, man, you're wicked, man.
And it's only when their backs against the wall they trying something, or they pretending they trying something.
Well, let them try, and then they'll try to keep other people down by thinking that it affects other people. That's one of the things people just meet me and think Dominica affected me, we? Oh, boy, crazy. But I already don't see that. Just like I told my classmates before, and some of them actually listened and left Dominica and went to elevate themselves. They listened and said, boy, they're trying their best to see how they can get out, and they finally get the opportunity to get out. Some of them just leave and go and make themselves. I tell you, every single person, oh, you don't know somebody telling them, man. I tell you, every single person I know that left, especially from my classmates that left and my friends that left, every single one of them have done well for themselves. Every single one. If my cousin went to St. Kitts and he's doing his thing, things he tried in Dominica that was not working, people, they even tried to take his eye. Boy. Let's continue.
Because Dominica finny back. Serious. So long them have to take that money and push that money in agriculture.
Yes, like St. Kitts know they cannot do agriculture. They have to go into tourism, so they take the money from CBI and then they build up their tourism sector. Dominica is supposed to build up its agricultural sector. You know what Dominica trying to do? Build house. Build house and then give people house and then give people money and all kind of thing. It's like you cannot, they say, give a man a fish and he'll come back and beg for more. Give a man money and they'll come back and beg for more. But teach a man to fish and he will not come and beg you. He will then learn to get fish for his family. He'll learn to sell the fish and then make money and thus be able to contribute in his society. It is very simple. It is very simple. You give a man a fish, he'll constantly come back to beg to you because he don't have. So he'll constantly come back to beg to you. And that is what Dominica has created. Begging state. Tell me a lie. Any one of all you there, they tell me a lie.
Force in culture, in all kind of different things to try to grow Dominica economy. But because I guess the money was going nowhere, they had no interest in developing nothing.
And the big building they want to create nice building. They themselves the government officials and to own all sort of property in the place. I know an individual that have three or four houses around Portsmouth. He will within the government thing. 3 or 4 buildings in Portsmouth. He can jump from one, then he go somewhere else. He can decide. And why people going to try to make one board house? I say partner struggling to make a board house in Portsmouth. And that the same set of people that will come and say, Labour katwa vai. Hey, Labour, well, Labour continue katwa vai, man.
Now they're trying to hold on to power, they're trying to run to agriculture now. We're supposed to be way ahead.
But of course.
No. By the time people plant, you know how long it taking for food to grow.
And it's not just that. We now have more competition around the Caribbean islands. So they have been established. People in places like St. Lucia and St. Vincent have been established in doing their thing in the agricultural sector. And then we now coming in to then try to compete. And they are years ahead of us when we are supposed to be agricultural basin. I'll get to that in a while.
And for them to get market, he had promised the Dominican people
they boat.
How you call it? Some boat, you know,
yes.
Some freezer boat and all kind of.
And to get markets and this kind of things there so Dominicans can produce. It's not the first time Skerrit saying these things now. And people just think guys, people just think I don't have problem with Skerrit. Skerrit can do whatever you want to do, you know. Go do your thing, my brother. Organize yourself. You want to quave who you have to quave. That's fine. Go ahead and quave. But when the people ball in and they're still voting for the same thing that they're doing that, I don't feel sorry for nobody again. All I do is reporting, you know. It's not me that's saying things, it's the actions of the individual. It's the actions. You tell somebody by the actions, not by the things that they say. And people start listen and say, oh, I remember a partner talking about hope. He hope we. He said we now have a better chance. That was last election. He said we have hope. And he see no hope and he still come back more the same thing again. Continue.
The thing, you know, where is it?
And people don't understand something very important, you know. People understand cause and effect. Yes, you might be one of the individuals who benefit within this sector. Yes, they might call you to do different things for them. Want to do surveying, want to do all kind of things, videography or whatever for them. Because you use their people. But next thing you want to elevate and do things better. You want to have children, this kind of things. They're going to constantly be begging and think to them. Where the independence relying, and we talk about we have 43 years of independence. We know what is independence. It's just like them women that talking about the Miss Independent. They talk about, oh, they need a man to do this and that and need a man to pay this for them and that for them. But what independent you talking about if you depend on a man to pay things for you? Who you telling this foolishness there?
Boy, Dominicans, levez, Dominicains, levez. Levez, Dominicains, levez, open all your eyes.
I like that reference. That's from Vietnam. Vietnam that just say this thing. They open all your eyes. All you don't see, open all your eyes, man. Open all your cocosier. Is that no? Let me do be like Pampala, man. Let me do open all your coco. I don't know if it's that. I don't. I think I said the wrong thing. I do. I like Udronilia right now. I don't know what would I say. Don't take that too serious. Okay? I hear people saying that. I can't remember what it's for. Maybe that's your eyes. Open all your eyeballs, man. English. Open all your eyes socket, man. Anyways, guys, moving along right there. So apparently, we're talking about the Prime Minister and the elevation of agriculture. That's a good thing. But these are things that the Prime Minister has said before. This is one of the things an individual said. Can you recall that the abattoir was going to solve all our meat imports? What has happened? These guys are taking the livelihood of people for a joke. Of course, they're taking it for a joke. Because they know that the people constantly vote for them. Of course, you will take them for a joke. If people don't require anything, all they need is just for you to give them nice hope and say nice things and then give you money here and there. You will obviously constantly think that the people are for you, not realizing they're keeping you down. People looking at a private, individual, personal gain rather than the collective that can actually elevate them far beyond the individual gain. Anyways, almost 5 years after Hurricane Maria, the abattoir is still not completely repaired. The abattoir was functioning. It was functioning, guys. Let me know in the comment box below. Because they say they was going to all kind of thing. And you know they like to talk, man. They talking. They are the great orators of the public, man. They like to talk. Yes, brothers and sisters. They say nice things. Mia Motley, I remember, is one of the people who's nice. She likes to say nice things. But at least she's showing some stuff. She's doing some things. Even though the gas price is still high, you know, higher than our own. But they still, you know, they're doing how much gas they was paying before. Anyways, that's not a situation. The Minister of Agriculture is most destabilized ministry, of course. Over the past 22 years, 8 or more ministers of agriculture, 6 permanent secretary, 5 directors of agriculture. Boy, look. But we have position in agriculture, eh? Agriculture not going nowhere. We dropped from $120 million a year in agriculture to about $5 million. All right then. 5 directors of agriculture and staffing as a revolving door as the young professionals, yeah, what scared say, cannot stay in this toxic work environment with rural. You see, like I was mentioning some time back. I think it was yesterday. We're talking about the young professionals, all those kind of things there. But it also need to have the right set of people in the right positions. Where you have a set of incompetent people trying to lead competent people, it's chaos. You're doing chaos. You have a set of incompetent people in head position trying to make decisions and thinking that they most likely know better than the people who are competent. Therefore, they will overrule the competence and put foolishness in the place. It's very clear with Joe Nelia. We'll talk about Joe Nelia now. Joe Nelia make a statement. Anyways, this individual right there, I think it was Ian Douglas. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Agricultural Minister on the coffee plant. Coffee plant. What happened to the coffee plant now? I remember some people of mine, some Mystelics family, some white folks, they came down to Dominica to do their research on the coffee and the coffee industry in Dominica and say it can be a very prosperous one. Up to now, nothing. They came down in 2017, 2018. Because I was in the United States, I came down. 2018, they came down, we met up. They even went, I brought them to the ministry and place, and they went up to meet Skerrit, to talk to Skerrit about our whole situation. So it's not like Skerrit don't know. He knows. So he saw the research and everything, and then people went back and brought all the information, and they got a number of awards for the things that they did when they brought the information that they came to Dominica for. I have the video of them, you know. I have the video of them on Mystelics and vlogs. So if you guys can see when we went out and we went up Trafalgar and all those kind of places, the same individuals brought the research to the United States and see how profitable the factor can be for Dominica when it comes down to coffee. And Dominica have one of the best coffees in the world. They stated these things because they have done research across the world for this thing. Anyways. But we have coffee plant Papa. That was when? 2011. Not true? 2011. Oh, coffee making ding dang in Dominica right now. 2011. Look at that. 21 coffee factory this year. Minister of Agriculture promises coffee factory this year. 2011. 2011 was how much years ago, guys? Agriculture Minister, this is in 2015. Yes, I. Vessels high on government agenda. This is what they're talking about. Getting vessels to do agriculture in Dominica. 2015 not there. Where the vessels now? Where the vessels? In 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. What? Alright. Wait for vessels still, man. The Prime Minister said these things. Anyway, somebody stated recently right there. Good morning. This individual. Good morning, Mr. PM now. Now that you are focusing on agriculture, finally, because you don't have to focus on CBI again, can we now discuss the commercialization of the Mary Jane? We have the top scientists in the Caribbean that we can guide us in developing this industry. Please, PM, you need to do this. This is a not a multi-million-dollar industry, you know, guys. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I think last year alone they make about 23 billion, about $23 billion, if my memory serves me correct. I'm seeing that figure in my head. 23 billion. It could be different, but it's within the billions, definitely, no doubt about it. For which Dominica can get about 1 billion in it. Hey, all this $1 billion in it, now boy. And you think that is the case now? You think we have our own? We have our own. This is what Viva actually stated right there. On the basis, Skerrit needs to get in touch with one of the Mystelics family right there to help develop the marijuana business in Dominica. You know why, guys? You know why? We have that photo right there, guys. We have that Dominica-led company ready. Make it bigger for you. That's the individual right there. Big him up. Big up Elvis one time. Dominica-led company ready to supply hemp and cannabis seeds to the Caribbean. Dominican-led company. He's the Dominican. And he has his company ready to do these things. They never pay him. No mind. No mind. Not at all. But you know me pay mine? Lennox Linton went up. This is 2019, by the way, guys. 2019 we're talking about there. We were here with Lennox. That's when he met up with this individual right there. Met up with them. We were here with Honorable Lennox Linton, leader of the party, leader of UWP from Dominica, talking cannabis in Denver. All this product made from cannabis CBD from someone from Dominica right there. So you had a number of these photos meeting the products and things. So we have this tapping into that industry is something that can be but can be done. You know, something can be done. Oh boy, I tell you, boy, and you think we have forward progressing people and not forward progressing on the crazy way America going, you know, where people want to say, oh, I is a he and I is a her, I is a them and a that, and a those and these. Nonsense. Not that kind of progress I'm talking about, you know, economic progression. We're talking about right there. Things that can bring in monies and help people develop themselves. No, but when to keep people begging. And then when they beg into us, now we become king, even though we consider them to be prime minister and president. No, they are our subjects. That's what they're trying to do. I for sure will never be a subject. For certain. Now, guys, I remember we're going to talk about Johnny. I remember when Melissa made this statement, talking about the young professionals, man. You know who made a statement too? Johnny, of course. Minister of Education. She made a statement, brothers and sisters, calling all young people from the Cassibros constituency with qualifications in agriculture. Who have qualifications in agriculture? We know agriculture is good. So you mean to tell me, I know all you not pursuing agriculture in Dominica. I, for some reason, just going to decide, hey, let me go to school for me to go and get agriculture, even though I know agriculture not doing well. There's no incentive to incentivize the individuals, the young people, to then push. So why are you talking about professionals or qualifications in agriculture? Maybe you're talking about the grassroots professionals. But the grassroots professionals are not even wanting to do agriculture because they realize they're not making much money. Agriculture right now is like a last resort for people. If you cannot get jobs, you have to do agriculture. They're not seeing the incentive to put agriculture forward. No! 20 years later, 22 years later, 23 years later, because in 1999 all you came in, 1999 all you came in, and then all you doing, all the magie, all you doing there, 2020, and then continue to now, 2022, young professionals, all you kill it, literally. Agriculture like a thread, a brick on a thread. We thank God that thread strong enough. Any minute that thread can just burst. Nobody looking to add thread to it to make the thing stronger. But we carrying brick, man. Lord on our back, man. Anyways, guys, calling all young professionals. I don't know what they're using this term for. What are you using that for? Maybe there's some psychological thing all using. Young professionals. Oh, young professionals. Well, all you didn't see the young professionals before? Huh? With all this abattoir and getting boat and doing marketing and this kind of things, all you didn't know about the young professionals. Not true. No CBI go wrong. All you want to talk about young professionals. Better late than never, like I said before people think I'm against this. I'm for agriculture. My problem is all you were not doing these things. And because of what has happened as a result of the European Union, you know stating that we need to go into the very thing that you were not doing at all. People told you, I was one of the individuals who told you guys that CBI will not last forever. Right there in your face today. It has happened. The government will provide the start capital and capital lands and material, including greenhouses, labor for 6 months. Now I was saying maybe they were going to do this under some sort of company. I don't know if the government is going to have their own company and whatnot. Or maybe they're just providing these incentives for 6 months. So individuals can get a footing in agriculture and then start pushing things. But then they're going to get a footing in agriculture. Just like they did the abattoir. They had a footing. Where was the export? People was exporting not from the abattoir. People was doing what people were doing with the abattoir now. We were exporting things. I heard that they had all kind of pig and fowl and all kind of things inside there. And they were dying. That's what I heard. So, alright then. But Jonilia come on the dock, man. You don't give us no, you don't go and Google. No, Jonilia, how come you don't go and Google that, boy? The program will be piloted by Cassie Bruce in Cassie Bruce. Contact me now. Oh, Jonilia is Minister of Agriculture. Yes, I. Jonilia is Agriculture Minister. Stop. Jonilia become Agriculture Minister, we both. Yes, I piloted, not by a professional who can do these things, but piloted by you. Contact me now. Oh, maybe she's just saying the program will be piloted in Cassie Bruce. Contact me now. So maybe contact her for them to negotiate. Let's do that way. That one make more sense because Jonilia no type of agriculturalist. You mad? That will sink. That will grapple. It's dead already, but it will grapple. That one going to the bottomless pit. Let us begin a fresh conversation about agriculture. No? Okay. Great. Let us begin it for real. And I guess that is a good point right there. Let us begin it right now. but we have a lot of competition to happen. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. This is pretty much all your asked for this year reaction video. I had to drop this one, man. I had to drop this one. But let me know your thoughts. Like I said before, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can get all the videos as they come through. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.